Okay, we are on Chapter 8, Lesson 1, Multiply by 6, pages 429 to 430. There's really nothing new to cover as far as vocabulary because we're using the same strategies over and over again. We are going to be doubling a known fact because if you don't know your sixes, you can use your threes to help you. Sorry. Okay, so let's do our three read with our word problem. A band marches in some rows with some members in each row. So I know that there's a band, and there's rows, and there's members in each row. So now I'm going to read it with the numbers. A band marches in 7 rows with 6 members in each row. So now I know there's 7 rows, there are 6 members in each row. Now what do they want me to do with it? A band marches in 7 rows with 6 members in each row. How many band members are there altogether? So we're going to write 7 rows of 6 as 7 times 6. You can write your multiplication vertically, incidentally. That's just a little handy dandy note, which I think you already know. So we're going to decompose 6 into 2 equal addends of 3 plus 3. So you can see in the array over here on the right with the musical notes that there are 7 rows of 3 and another 7 rows of 3 because 3 plus 3 equals 6. So if you do 7 times 3, you double it, that will give you your answer for 7 times 6. So let's look over here on the left. So 7 times 6 is the same as 7 times 3 plus 7 times 3 a second time. You can see that over here. 7 groups of 3, or 7 rows of 3, 7 rows of 3. Okay, so you multiply 7 times 3, that equals 21. 7 times 3 is 21. We're going to add it. Knowing my place value, I can add this very easily. 1 plus 1 is 2. 20 plus 20 is 40. So 7 times 6 is 42. There are 42 band members. Okay. So now we're going to shade part of the array yellow to show 7 times 3. And then shade the remaining part green to show 7 times 3. And the shaded array shows the known fact doubled. So I'm going to use my highlighter. Now you'll need to use your drawing tool for this. It's going to kind of scribble everything out, but that's fine. As long as you do it correctly, it doesn't matter. So we're going to shade part of this yellow. So I'm going to do this column, this column, this column. There's 7 rows of 3 that are yellow. The other one says green. So I'm going to use my highlighter. I'm going to color 1, 2, 3 columns green. That's 7 rows of 3. And if I were to count all those up, the answer would be 42. All right. You don't have to color all those in. If you just want to draw a line down the columns, you can do that. Okay. So I'm going to do my 3 read on this word problem. I see that I have a number word here, so I'm going to go ahead and put the number above it. I'll do it in a different color so it's easy to see. So I know to skip it. Some frogs sitting on a log eat some flies each. Okay, so now I'm going to read it with the numbers. 4 frogs sitting on a log eat 6 flies each. Sounds like the beginning of a song or a poem. Okay, so now I see 4 frogs sitting on a log and they're each eating 6 flies. This is gross. Okay, then we have the question. 4 frogs sitting on a log eat 6 flies each. How many flies are eaten altogether? The directions say to write a multiplication sentence with a symbol for the unknown, then solve. Okay, so I know that they want to know how many flies were eaten. I know I've got 4 frogs and 6 flies each. So my number of groups is 4. My frogs are my groups. They each eat 6 flies, so I need to know the total. Either factor can be decomposed into equal addends. So if you're better at 2's, I would decompose the 4 into 2 2's. If you're fine with 3's, you can decompose the 6 into 2 3's. So let's do it both ways. So we're going to decompose 4 into 2 plus 2. So we have 4 rows here, 1, 2, 3, 4, but we split them apart into 2 plus 2. There's 2 rows of 6 and 2 rows of 6. Okay, so 2 times 6 plus 2 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12, and if I'm not sure I can count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 2 times 6. If this 2 times 6 is 12, then this one has to be 2 also. And then I just add them up. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 10 plus 10 is 20, 24. Let's do this one. We're going to decompose 6 into 3 plus 3. So this time I'm decomposing my columns because it's 4 rows of 6. So over here I decompose my rows because I was decomposing the 4. Now I'm decomposing the 6, so I separated my columns. That's an important distinction to make as well. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. They were divided into 3 plus 3, or decomposed into 3 plus 3. So 4 times 3 plus 4 times 3. When I multiply it, 4 times 3 equals 12. If I'm not sure, I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 4 times 3 is 12. And then I can add them using my place value. 2 plus 2 is 4. 10 plus 10 is 20, 24. So 4 times 6 is 24. The unknown is 24. And the frogs ate 24 flies. Okay, guided practice. This is the part where you pause, write your answer, and then press play on the video again. So complete the sentence below. To find 8 times 6, you could decompose 6 into blank plus blank, or you could decompose 8 into blank plus blank. So let's take it slow. Complete the sentence below. To find 8 times 6, you could decompose 6 into blank plus blank. Pause the video and fill in those two blanks. Okay, so 6 can be 3 plus 3. Or you could decompose 8 into blank plus blank. Fill in those, pause your video and fill in those two blue spaces. Okay, 8 can decompose into 4 plus 4. All right, now, if you're supposed to listen to my directions, you're going to continue watching. If not, this is where you stop the video and go do your independent practice. All right, so here's independent practice. You're going to double a known fact to find each product. Draw an array. So you need to draw the array. That's really important. You will get graded on that. Okay, so you've got number 2 is broken down for you. You've got your original problem. You have your 2 decomposed. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's see, I'll use the pen. You have your 2 decomposed number sentences, and then you fill it in to find your final answer. Okay, for number 3, you don't have that. So, you've got to draw your array for number 2. So this would be the space where you would draw your array. So for number 3, you also need to write your decomposed sentences and your final sentence, just like in number 2. Use 2 as your model, and you're going to do your array over here. You don't draw boxes over there. You're going to draw your arrays like these arrays, okay, with objects in them. I'm just showing you where they go. So you don't write any of the green stuff that I'm doing. Okay, so for number 4, you're going to do the same thing. They wrote them vertically. I don't care if you want to write them horizontally and do them down here. You could do them vertically next to like 3 times 6. You could do it that way. But either way, you've got to have your array. So if you write them horizontally, make sure your array is over here in this space. If you write them vertically, your array will be down here where these green lines are. Same thing for this. So you need to have your array and your number sentences. Okay, down here at the bottom, you're going to find each unknown, double a known fact. So you're going to fill in each of the blue blanks. If you want to do the gray boxes, that's fine. If you need an array, draw it. You're not being graded on that part. If you need to write out the the known fact and double it, you can write all that, but I'm just looking for the answer in the blue blank. Down here, you're going to use a multiplication table. I will post a multiplication table in your materials so you have it to use to help you if you don't already have one at home. So there you go. That's your assignment. And that is multiplying by 6.